For over 2 millennia, her name has been a whisper and a roar. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. A woman whose life has been told and retold, twisted and sensationalized. We know her as a seductress, a temptress who enslaved the hearts of Rome's most powerful men. But what if that story is a lie? What if the real Cleopatra was not a romantic tragedy, but a masterclass in political genius? This is not the story of a woman who simply charmed men, but of a queen who outmaneuvered an empire. We must peel back the layers of myth to find the truth. We must look past the glittering gowns and the dramatic finale to see her not as a beautiful woman, but as an incredibly intelligent leader, a polyglot who spoke a dozen languages, a strategist who understood the fragile balance of power better than any man in her court. Her story is not a footnote to Roman history, but a testament to one woman's fight to save a kingdom. The year is 69 BCE. The setting is Alexandria, the crown jewel of the Hellenistic world. It was a melting pot of cultures, a city of knowledge and wealth. This was Cleopatra's world. Born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a line of Greek rulers who had governed Egypt for centuries, she was raised in a world of intellectual rigor. While her male siblings were taught the arts of war, Cleopatra was taught the arts of rule. She was fluent in Greek, Latin, Hebrew, Aramaic, and most importantly, she was the first Ptolemaic ruler to master the ancient Egyptian language. She understood that language was a key to power, a way to build trust and bridge the gap between her Greek court and her Egyptian people. The libraries of Alexandria were not just a playground, they were her armory. She studied military campaigns, economic policy, and diplomatic treaties, preparing for a future no one believed she would ever truly command. Power, however, is a hungry beast. Her fathers will name her and her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, as co-rulers, but a shared throne was an anathema to her ambitious brother and his advisors. They saw Cleopatra not as a partner, but as a threat. Her intelligence, her popularity among the people, and her independent spirit made her a liability. A civil war erupted. Cleopatra, the scholar queen, found herself a general in a war she hadn't started. Outmaneuvered and exiled, she fled to the eastern border of Egypt. With her kingdom slipping from her grasp, she waited, a phantom queen in the desert, biding her time. And then, a rumor arrived on the wind. Julius Caesar, the conqueror of Gaul and the most powerful man in the world, had arrived in Alexandria. History remembers this as a moment of pure drama, an irresistible woman revealing herself to a powerful man. But it was far more. Cleopatra's entrance was an act of audacious diplomacy, a calculated risk that would change the course of history. She did not beg for his help, she offered him a partnership. She spoke not of her weakness, but of Egypt's immense strength, its wealth, its strategic position as the granary of the Roman world, its powerful navy. She laid out a deal. His legions would secure her throne, and in return, she would secure his legacy with Egypt's unending resources. It was a negotiation between equals. And Caesar, a brilliant strategist himself, recognized her genius immediately. With Caesar's backing, the civil war was won, and Cleopatra was once again queen. But she understood that ruling a kingdom was more than just winning a war. It was about earning the loyalty of her people. The Ptolemaic kings before her had alienated the Egyptian populace, clinging to their Greek heritage. Cleopatra knew she had to be more than a Greek queen. She had to be an Egyptian pharaoh. She traveled to Memphis, the ancient heart of Egyptian kingship, and performed the sacred rituals that no Ptolemaic ruler had performed in generations. It was a powerful message to the Romans. She was an indispensable ally to the Egyptians. She was their true pharaoh, a living link to the gods and the glorious past. She had bridged the worlds, masterfully balancing her role as a Hellenistic queen and a divine Egyptian ruler. The assassination of Julius Caesar plunged Rome into chaos. With her Roman protector gone, Cleopatra found her position precarious. But she was not without a plan. The new power in the east was Mark Antony, and she would meet him not as a grieving widow, but as a sovereign. Their alliance, too, was a political masterstroke. She offered Antony the same deal she offered Caesar, Egypt's immense wealth for his military protection. Their partnership, though fueled by a genuine and deep love, was first and foremost a political necessity, but their powerful union made them a threat to Rome and to Caesar's adopted son, Octavian. The war that followed was inevitable. The Battle of Actium was not just a clash of navies, but of empires. When the battle turned, Cleopatra made a final, brutal decision. She retreated, preserving her fleet to fight another day. It was a cold, strategic choice, but one that sealed their fate. the Roman army under Octavian marched on Alexandria as Octavians. Forces closed and Cleopatra chose her own end. She would not be paraded through the streets of Rome in chains. In a final act of defiance, she took her life. But her legacy did not die with her. Her true monument was not the battles she fought or the lovers she took, but the bridge she built between cultures, the diplomatic innovations she pioneered, and the vision she held for a powerful, independent Egypt. While monuments of stone crumble to dust, the seeds of an idea, once planted, can grow into a forest, offering a shade that will comfort generations yet unborn. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh, a queen whose mind was her crown, and whose legacy still whispers to us from the shores of the Nile.